What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be looking at potential pass rushers that we could sign in free agency that could really bolster this pass rush. Let's get it started. Detroit Lions pass rush wasn't very good last season. Let me pull it up right here. I got some numbers. Okay, I put some numbers down. But it wasn't very good last season, and this season we're looking to add more pass rushers. Bob Quinn talked about it in his press conference, saying you can't ever have too many pass rushers, which I can agree with. A lot of money spent. They're going to spend a lot of money this offseason. Whether it's going to the draft or free agency, they're probably going to spend it all because, I just realized I'm not wearing my watch. Now we're good. If y'all want to Shields watch, click the link in the description. Promo code DoseOfDion, 10% off. But let's keep this thing going, okay? So, the Detroit Lions weren't able to get a lot of pass rush this season, and they're not known for blitzing, so we have to have guys that can get to the quarterback. Last season, we signed Trey Flowers to the huge contract, and he was by far our best edge rusher this season, and he should be for how much we paid this guy. So now coming into this season, looks like we may pay another guy because we know it is a must-win situation for not only Bob Quinn, but for Matt Patricia. So expect them to sign big free agents. They're not going to completely change their scheme because their scheme is not blitzing a lot. That's just what they do. If you look at 2018, they only blitzed 16.9% of the entire season on passing downs. 16.9%. That's not a lot. So when you take into consideration that this season it actually went up to 18.8, that's kind of scary, right? For some of us, that's kind of scary. It's like, oh snap, we blitzed more this year than last year. Well, you got to think about it though. In 2018, the first year, we did finish top 10 in the league. So that's the scheme. If his intentions are, I'm not gonna blitz. Okay, maybe that's not the right move. But if he's not going to do it, then you have to find guys that can get to the quarterback. And that's what we're going to have to do this offseason. So I came up with a list of the top 5 free agents based on talent that we could potentially bring in. Now, this season, we were last in pass rush win rate. Okay, I want to put in just a couple of numbers here just to keep in mind how bad we were this season. Let's just say it like that. Okay, and that is basically like 2.5 seconds. We were also 29th by Football Outsiders and ranked 30th by Pro Football Focus when it comes to pressure rate. So we were really low across the board. Obviously, we were second to last in sacks this season. Our pass defense was bad. It was a bad year defensively. So here are my top 5 guys. Now, keep in mind that there's a thing called a franchise tag. And most of these players are probably going to get a franchise tag. But there should be a few that squeak through. We know last season about 4 really good edge rushers were franchise tagged. And I heard a lot of people. So Trey Flowers was the best one out there, and we were able to bring him in. Obviously, we had to spend a lot to do it, but we were able to. We'll probably just spend a lot again because we're not glamorous. We don't win many games. Coming off of 3 wins, not a lot of people are going to want to come here anyways without a big contract, okay? They want to see the money. So we got to show them the money this season. So it's going to be interesting what we decide to do, but it's going to take a lot of money, and a lot of these guys aren't even going to be available, but you really don't know until that time comes. So for now, this is our list. We'll probably have to update it as time goes on because there just won't be all of these guys available, but hopefully a few of them are, and potentially we could bring one of them in to pair along with the Trey Flowers. Now, a lot of people are talking about Chase Young. I don't believe Chase Young will fall to 3. If he falls to 3, well, then there you go. You don't have to worry about it, but I don't think he'll fall to 3 anyways. So I thought I would toss that in there. All right, let's start this thing off at number 5. We got Dante Fowler Jr., who played for the Rams. Now, Dante Fowler Jr., very young edge rusher, okay? 11.5 sacks. He's 25 years old. If there's a guy that's going to get some money, it's Dante Fowler. Now, not only would you bring this dude in for now, you would bring him in for the future. Trey Flowers, 26 years old. Dante Fowler, 25. You're going to have 2 young edge rushers that are extremely talented. And, yeah, they definitely help themselves out a little bit. Now, Dante Fowler can play a little bit of linebacker, which definitely helps as well. So he's a little bit more versatile, I would say, than a guy like Trey Flowers, who's just on the defensive line. But to pair them together, definitely going to help out. He comes in number 5. Now, let's hop into number 4. Now, I can't say this name. Y'all know I can't say most names. I'm going to try it. It's Yannick Ngakoue. I think it's Ngakoue or something like that. Yannick something. Okay, it's not Yannick. I know that. I don't know how to say it, though, okay? You can hear as much as you want. It's still hard to say. He is from the Jaguars. Now, this is kind of a sleeper, okay? Because, yes, he's from the Jaguars, and he hasn't had, like, that crazy big season where everybody's like, wow, that's that dude. Because every year he's had at least 8 sacks, but he hasn't had that huge breakout season. Now, 2018, he was in NFL's top 100, so if that means anything to you, then there you go. But at least 8 sacks every season. This season, 8 sacks. He's a solid player. He's a young player. But the thing I'm worried about Yannick is that the Jaguars said their number 1 priority this offseason is to re-sign him. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean they will, but they said it is their number 1 priority. So they're definitely interested in doing it, and they should. Young edge rusher that puts up numbers consistently. yeah, I'd want to keep him around too. He comes in number 4. Now let's hop into the top 3. Coming in number 3 is Bud Dupree. Now, Bud Dupree is the guy that I think we could potentially get over maybe everybody else here. He had 11.5 sacks with the Steelers. He's one of those reliable guys. You think of Dupree, you think of a guy that can get pressure. He's reliable. He's more reliable than a lot of other guys, and he's also a guy that I potentially could see slipping through to a potential team like us that we could potentially sign. So this may be the guy to keep your eyes on. 11.5 sacks. Keep your eyes on Bud Dupree. And then into number 2 is Jadeveon Clowney. Now, some people have mixed opinions. I think he was a little bit too hyped for sure, but he's still a talented player, okay? Maybe he was hyped up like crazy, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he's a really good player. And the Seahawks also said they promised not to franchise tag him. Now, I'm not sure the whole story there, but they promised not to franchise tag him. I'm not sure why. Unless that either, to me, that means you're either going to give him a huge deal or you just say, nope, you know what, we're just going to move on. So if they're not going to franchise tag him, they're probably going to look to offer him a deal. And if it doesn't go through, then maybe we could get him. I don't know how much they're going to offer, but we should definitely offer more because we need the help. We don't blitz. If we blitz more, then I would say, you know what, let's just get some linebackers. We don't need to spend so much money. But the fact is, Matt Patricia doesn't like to blitz. And that's okay if you have edge rushers. But if you don't consistently have guys that can get there, if you lack some depth, if there's injuries, you got to find guys that can get there because that's all you got. You got 3 guys, you got 4 guys. That's all you got coming against 5, sometimes 6. So you need to make sure that you got the best pass rushers in the business, and that means spending your money. And now finally coming in number 1 is the guy that everybody was probably expecting, that is Shaquille Barrett. Now Shaquille Barrett is from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. By far the best edge rusher on this list. I believe it's 19.5 sacks. I mean, this dude is a problem. Linebacker type of deal, but he may want to come back. What I've read about Shaquille Barrett is he does like it in Tampa Bay, which I can see that. It's nice weather. He does like it there. Does that mean he'll be back? I'm not sure. I know that I've seen from articles by like Tampa Bay, that not Tampa Bay necessarily their team, but from articles of like, you know, fan pages or whatever, he's like, oh yeah, we need to resign Shaquille Barrett. And I would say that too after the kind of year that he's having. But at the same time, he also seems like he might want to come back. We'll see. I would not be surprised if Barrett gets a franchise tag. When you put up those kind of numbers, you get franchise tagged because you don't want to lose him. Okay, if you can't resign him, you don't want to lose them. So this is a guy I would keep my eye on, and those are your top 5 talented players. Now this will probably update. We'll see if any of these guys are available. Hopefully they are. Let me hear your thoughts and comments below. Also, clear up some news about the Madden tournament. So basically, the Madden tournaments will be coming back. PS4 will be first, so keep that in mind. I do want to mix in Xbox too, so you guys that are Xbox users definitely don't just be like, I can't do it. Because you will be able to do it. We'll mix those in for sure. And even if that means me not being in it, me just kind of hosting it, we'll do it. Okay, we'll figure out how to make it happen. So just keep that in mind. And I don't know when that'll be necessarily exactly right now. I'll have to set up some sign-up sheets and stuff. So just keep attention to the community. If you do want to become a Dose of Dion member, keep in mind that what that's doing right now is giving you first priority. So, you know, if there's 20 people, that is the limit, and 25 people try to get in, but you are a member, you're going to get priority over other people. So you will automatically get in first, okay? Now, right now, it's open to everybody. So when we open it, there will be sign-up sheets. You can sign in. There just will be a limit, so keep that in mind. So there you go. Thought I would clear that up. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.